libro de Juan 14, versículo 6, yo soy el camino, la verdad y la vida, y nadie viene al Padre sino por mí. So John 14:6 says, Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, the life. Nobody comes to the Father but through me. So, yeah, thanks for praying for me, because I had one of those songs there, like, because he lives, I can face tomorrow. So I had a lot of fears going down there. It was a Mormon family you may have heard about that was murdered. And I think it was like the week before I went down, so like, okay. And so I got down there, but I realized just trusting in the sovereignty of God, he knows the exact day of my death. Like, I'm not really ready to die. I don't really want to. I feel like the Lord's got a lot for me to do. But it was a real blessing to be down there. Appreciate you guys praying for me. One of the most encouraging things that happened there was seeing the locals get excited about sharing the gospel. And I was preaching. I just got done with the message. Looked down and there was a young man, 21 years old, named Ulysses. Kind of Ulysses is similar in English. Anyway, I went down, talked to him, and said, hey, how's it going? Turned out he spoke a little bit of English, and we talked a bit. Turns out he was a Christian, but he was afraid to share his faith. And I said, hey, you want to just join us today? Just start handing out some tracts, and I'm going to preach some more, and you can help me interpret. And he got on it. He was like, oh, this is great. And so he was teaching me stuff. He was ministering to me. And it was just exciting to see. And then we asked him to come back. We were going to be there 3 days. He didn't come back the next day, but he came back on Monday. And he's from, I think it's Coahuilatan. It's the state, the next state south of Mexico City. He came 2 hours back on Monday to minister with us for half a day. So just very impressive. And so I told him, I made this proposition. I said, I would like to sponsor you full ride to Ambassadors Academy, Academia del Embajador. So it's Living Waters Ambassadors Academy. It's a 3-day event. And maybe in the U.S. or maybe in Latino America somewhere. I don't know yet. It's his choice. So, and I'd like to go with him. So he can help me with Spanish and I can help him with English. But really want to get him on board. And then the local church, the Iglesia Cristiano Agape, so the Christian, let's see, what is it? Christian church, Agape Christian church down there. They came out in mass. They were like, half the church came out, handed out tracts and witnessed. It was just so impressive. They ministered to me as well down there. So, and I got to practice Spanish. So, but thanks for praying. And it was a real blessing. And I guess the worst thing that happened to me is somebody came by and says, Nate, a local guy says, he goes, your Spanish sucks. And I said, I think he said your Spanish sucks. And I could have said something gnarly to him back, rude. I just said, lo siento, senor. I'm sorry, sir. I'm learning. Anyway.
But,
so that was it.
But maybe share too, John, the response you saw with your ability to speak Spanish, even as choppy as it was. The Lord really used your faithfulness in learning Spanish for the desire in love to speak the gospel in their native language.
Oh man, yeah, that was huge because it's pretty choppy, it's pretty rough, especially when I listen to like what's his name? Oh, Bruce. He was our interpreter. He's fluent. Listen to him speak is beautiful. And then listen to the locals speak. But when people, some of the other guys were preaching in English, and the people just walk by, just kind of like, so then he said, hola, amigos, and they look up and they go, whoa, like that, it's in their language. And boom, and we had conversations going on, and it was just a blessing, and they appreciated that you were trying to speak the language. But yeah, and then we had one guy, Uciel, came up, and he heard Warren, one of the guys, preaching in English. He goes, can I come and interpret for you? And I was like, oh, this could be scary. I didn't know this guy. But we talked to him a little bit. Okay, let's do this. So I preached in English and he interpreted in Spanish. And people were just like, whoa, they were listening to him, not me. But they just heard his voice and go, wow. So more conversations about the gospel. But yeah, it was powerful.
And how long have you been working on Spanish?
About 3 years, pretty regular, about 3 years. I had 3 years between junior high and high school, but you know how you get older, it's hard to to learn the language again, pick it up, but I just felt a burden for the Latino people, and like, wow, I want to learn this, you know. And so it's like I said, it's still choppy, but you know, wonderful.
Awesome.
But thanks for praying. I appreciate it.